people.
This small prayer for Haiti. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Darling, here in my heart, yeah, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Darling, here in my heart, I do believe yeah, we'll walk hand in hand someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We shall overcome someday. Darling, here in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Darling, here in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Yeah, we shall overcome someday.
January 12th, 1999.
My name is Fountain Hughes. My grandfather belonged to Thomas Jefferson, and now I am 101 years old.
They are voices that break a silence.
We were slaves. We belonged to people. They sell us like they sell horses and cows.
Witnesses to a time we only know from photographs and the written word. But they were there.
He said all that stood on that picket fence all day long, seeing them soldiers going back to silent zones in different places. Colored soldiers in gold.
Born to slavery.
But we didn't have no property. We didn't have no home.
And now we can hear them speak.
Because you're nothing but a dog. You're not a thing but a dog.
Found voices, the slave's life, told by those who lived it.
From ABC News, this is Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Imagine for a moment what it'll be like for Americans 2 or 3 generations hence. Assuming, of course, that we haven't blown ourselves back into the Stone Age and that someone can still figure out what format everything was in. Assuming all of that, Our great-great-grandchildren will know more about us than any generation in the history of the world has ever known about its ancestors. There'll be photographs, of course, black and white and color, audio cassettes, and in a few families, 8 and 16 millimeter film, and there will be thousands upon thousands of miles of videotape on which we will have recorded everything that struck us as interesting or funny or important about the milestones of our lives and those of our friends and families. They will be able to see and hear us long after we are dead. Imagine if we could only do the same. If we could only bring back the voices and images, and most important of all, the memories of those who lived 100 or more years ago. Well, brace yourselves for a minor miracle. For reasons I'll explain as we go along, we have the voices and the memories and a few black and white photographs to go along of some men and women who were born, some of them 150 years ago. And what makes these recollections all the more remarkable is that these men and women had been bought and sold like so much livestock.
Tell you the truth, when I think of it today, I don't know how I'm living.
I remember that just as well, look like to me I can.
Been slaves all our lives. My mother was a slave, sister was a slave, father was a slave.
They know nothing about reading right there. All that I know, they teach you to mind your master and your missus. Mama them didn't know where to go. You see, after freedom go, just like you turn something out, you know, didn't know where to go.
They are haunting voices from the past, not actors reading a script or scholars reading a text, but the actual voices of men and women, Americans, who were born in slavery.
My name is Fountain Hughes. I was born in Charlottesville, Virginia. My grandfather belonged to Thomas Jefferson. My grandfather was 115 years old when he died. And now I am 101 years old.
Incredible as it seems, we are listening to the voices of ex-slaves telling of their lives in bondage. Men like Fountain Hughes on the living conditions of slaves in Virginia in the 1860s when he was a teenager.
A lot of people didn't have no beds when they were slaves. You all slept on the floor. Had it here, had it there. Just like a lot of wild people, we didn't know nothing. Didn't like to look at no book.
Women like Laura Smalley, describing the makeshift church where slaves worshipped on a big plantation in East Texas.
All the church would have be a tub of water sitting just like this thing is, you know, and that would catch your voice, and they would have church around that tub, all of them get around the tub.
Or Harriet Smith, remembering what she saw as a small girl during the final days of the Civil War.
He said, I stood on that picket fence all day long seeing them soldiers going back to San Antonio and different places. Colored soldiers in Joe. That's right along by our house. Our home is a two-story house, a white house.
These recorded memories were among thousands of interviews done with ex-slaves in the 1930s and 40s. The majority were written interviews published in pamphlets and books. A handful were recorded on the latest equipment of the day, 200-pound portable recorders that a hardy band of folklorists lugged across the South.
You let her go free, you know. That, of course, but I have...
These recordings, once scratchy, distant, filled with the crackle and pop of that primitive equipment,
Nothing worries me. My head ain't even white.
now have been cleaned up through the magic of modern technology, digitized.
I'm the oldest one that I know that's living.
The age of the computer has reached back to polish a memory from another century,
No.
150 years ago.
Can you remember slavery days very
Of
well?
course, I remember all our white folks, and all the names of them, all the children. Call every one of the children's names.
Who did you belong to?
Jim Button, the baby boy.
The results of these digitally enhanced recordings are arresting, almost unbelievable. The idea of hearing the voices of actual slaves from the plantations of the Old South is as powerful, as startling really, as if you could hear Abraham Lincoln or Robert E. Lee speak. Listen again to Fountain Hughes, who was born in 1848.
We were slaves. We belonged to people. They sell us like they sell horses and cows and hogs and all like that. Have an auction bench, and they put you up on the bench and bid on you, the same as you're bidding on cattle, you know.
Much of what these three former slaves say may at first seem unremarkable. Much of what they say may surprise and upset, and their calm demeanor is at odds with the evil and violence we associate with slavery. Here is 91-year-old Texan Laura Smalley talking in the 1940s about the outcome of a tussle between two women, one black, one white, one slave, one mistress. The mistress tried to slap the slave, but the black woman pushed her into a chair. Laura Smalley was a girl at the time, but she remembers vividly what happened to the black woman when the master came home.
Well, they taken that old woman, poor old woman, carried in the peach orchard and whipped her. And, just tied her hand this way, around the peach orchard tree. I remember that just as well, looked like to me, I can, and round the tree and whipped her. And, well, she couldn't do nothing but just kick her feet, just kick her feet. But it just had her clothes off down to her waist, Just didn't have her plumb naked, but they had her clothes down to her waist. And every now and then they'd whip her, and then snuff the pipe out on her, snuff the pipe out on her. The embers in the pipe, and where you ever see the pipe smoking.
Blow them out on?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord,
Mhm.
mercy.
This is ABC News Nightline, brought to you by First Union.
This is the backside of Mom's Mabley, her new album on Mercury. I don't think I'll turn it around.
Turn it around, Mert.
No, I'm chicken, Moms. But it's a terrific stuff you really can't do on the show here.
Oh, yeah. Do it anywhere.
Ah,
I want all my children to buy my records at all times.
Okay.
They'll find a place for them. You ain't gonna hear nothing you ain't gonna hear in the street.
Yeah. Moms, there's a little excitement in your life, though, with recording.
Yes, since I saw you, Mert, it is.
I've been hearing it all summer, and it's sensational. You have the #2 record in the country right now.
Yeah.
Will you do it for us?
No, it's
I
number
thought you were going to
2.
say no. Will you? I love it. Here's Mom's Mabley.
Has anybody here seen my old friend Abraham? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems a good die young. I just looked around and he was gone. Has anybody here seen my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? You know he freed a lot of people, but it seems a good die young. I just looked around and he was gone. Has anybody here seen my old friend Martin Luther? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. I just looked around and he was gone. Didn't you love the things that they stood for? Didn't they try to find some good for you and me? And we'll be free someday soon. Oh, it's got to be one day. Has anybody here seen my little Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John. They were going home. They were just going home. They were just going home.
Jackie Montgomery. Good, Mom.
Ah, that's lovely. You like that song?
Yeah.
Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today at the Monticello Estate, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Jim, we're going into the Jim Hart and I
We're going in now.
are going in now. Jim, is this a pleasure, Jim, going up to Monticello side?
I never get tired of coming to see Monticello.
You never get tired, and I also, Jim. It's such a pleasure to be able to visit the Monticello estate. And the fog is here, and we are here with it. Such a beautiful view that we're going to. Here at Monticello, Eddie B. Is this where the people come from that you related to? Boy, shut your mouth, don't you spill the beans. You got to hold on for a minute and see how it really looks. Oh, Eddie B is such a nice place. There the sign is again. What is it? Monticello. And we are all here at beautiful Monticello, where the Hornets are very, very, very good, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here. What time is it, man?
10 to 1.
Is this the visiting Hornets? Is this where I go?
Yeah, you get your tickets
Oh, okay.
on this side.
On this side. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going in now to visit the Monticello. There. Okay. Jim, I'm going to bid you a day right now.
Okay.
Jim Hart and I are visiting the Monticello estate. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on, don't go nowhere. I'm going to take a station break. Sarah sponsor. See you, Jim. Who sponsors us at the Monticello estate, where I get the ticket. Okay, hold on. Here we are, the ticket counter, information booth.
Of liberty.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
We're looking. The wooden model of the Monticello. Morning.
Some of the tools that have been made are these are some of the tools that have been made to build Monticello. And we are looking at some of the tools and how Monticello was built on the ground. And those who built Monticello.
There's a peach this color.
I was built.
It's so amazing.
We the people. Hey, you want to hold the camera while I take a picture upstairs with the old man statue?
What?
Hold the camera? I'll take a picture. Let me
hold the camera.
Let me get outside and go upstairs. I see what I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the statue of Eddie that the old man. Yes, it is. And how would you like to? Hello, Eddie. How are you, Eddie? How are you, Eddie? Have you been a good lad? Well, I've been trying to do the best I can. Trying to follow behind you. Well, Eddie, you know you got so much to do. And such a short time to do it in. Yeah, I need to take a selfie. Well, let's see.